hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's Big Porky here, the voice of hardcore boxing. But then again, you know that, don't you? Because that's why you've tuned in. We're in Essex at the, what's it called, mate?
The American Car Wash.
The American Car Wash in Essex on some near a dual carriage. I found it eventually. How you doing, Mickey? All right?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
I'll pop down and see you, have a chat,
no
for a bite and that.
Yeah.
A lot's gone on in boxing in the last week or so, mate. What do you think to that last night with Joshua and Fury going back and forth? Do you think they're both going to play blame game because the fight's not happening?
Of course, that's what's happening at the moment, isn't it? One's going to blame the other, and you know it's going to resolve to the other one coming back and counter-threatening him and coming out with a load of bollocks. You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, listen, it's down to the promoters at the end of the day to do the job. But obviously, Eddie Hearn, he hasn't done what he's meant to do. He's promised so many people for such a long time, which is not happening. So how can he, number one, come out with, we've got a date fixed? I think it was the 14th the last time the date was fixed. And now all of a sudden, everything's changed. It looks like Wilder's back in the mix, you know, which is, I always thought it was going to go that way, and Russ, and I think you did as well.
Yeah.
We both got similar minds towards that fight. And
contract was signed for a trilogy, wasn't it? Frank Warren even said before, second one they had
we
a
know
trilogy.
that. We know that, yeah. And then they were trying to pay him away from fighting him, pay Wilder not to come out and fight, which I don't believe that worked, because it's on a contract. It's now been taken to the judge. Judge says he has to fight him. You've got a contract, and that is it. So onwards and upwards for Wilder. He's got to fight Tyson. His next outing, which is
July 24th.
Yeah, July 24th. Yeah, you got it on the nose. And which, listen, it's great. I think it's entertaining. Let's see who the true champion is. You know, who's the warrior, and time will tell. You know, it's all right saying that, you know, one's a champion and he wants to fight Joshua, but he has to finish the trilogy, the contracted fight, which is happening now, and I think it's the right way to do it. If somebody said, this is why we have contracts in boxing. Yeah, if you ain't got a contract, you can get out of anything.
Yeah,
if there's a contract set in stone, you have to do and follow and obey by the rules. And the judge has actually looked at that document and says you have to fight. No matter what, your next fight will be Tyson Fury. Yeah. So yeah, onwards and upwards for both of them. Winning around that will then, well, it's a big mix at the moment, because I think Joshua now is fighting Usyk.
Yeah, Usyk.
Okay. So listen, anything can happen. Listen, for instance, I don't believe Usyk can do Joshua, number one. Yeah.
I do.
Well, okay, we all got different opinions, right? Yeah. But I do believe Wilder could completely knock him out this time. Fury.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, let's look at it. Wilder wins that fight, yeah? And Usyk, like you say, beats Joshua. And then we got Wilder and Usyk. Complete different mix.
But what we have got is the 4 best heavyweights in the world squaring off against each other, and I think that's fantastic for the sport of boxing.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm just going to turn this heat.
Yeah. I think that's fantastic. We've got the 4 main guys who I think are the 4 best.
Which is Tyson,
Wilder, Joshua Wilder
and Usyk,
yeah. The main 4.
Anyone else can come into the mix, you think?
No, I don't think. I think that after that, I think you've got Luis Ortiz, Ergovic, Dylan White,
Usyk,
Yui Fury.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get stick for saying Yui Fury, but why not?
Listen, he's up and coming.
26-year-old. Tony Yoka's got to be at mix as well, hasn't he?
Yui's just not
Joe Joyce.
Yui's just approaching his prime now. You know what I mean? He's come on leaps and bounds.
Well, look at the age of Yui, 26. Yoka's 29.
He's still a baby in boxing.
Who's around Yui's age group that's any good?
No one.
Yoka's 29. He's Olympic gold. Joe Joyce 36, isn't he now?
Honestly, I don't rate Dylan White. I think he's gone downhill rather than ahead of himself. Yeah. Personally. Yeah. I think that he's reached his peak. Yeah. Same as what's his name? David H. trains Derek Jura.
Yeah.
I love Derek, you know, and I think Derek has hit his peak as well. They're both hitting the peaks.
He's fighting Parker in a rematch. Apparently, it's a done deal.
Well, it's a money thing, isn't it, for Eddie at the end of the day? But like you say, you know, Huey's up and coming. You know, that's what he is. He's up and coming. You know, and I do believe he'll get there. You know, he started very young, and he's getting experience and gaining experience. And I do believe he can go further and dominate the heavyweight. Maybe not too far away from where we're going.
Yeah.
He's with a great trainer. As we know, Peter. Peter done a great job on Tyson originally. You know what I mean? Peter was the one that took Tyson to the level he is. Yeah. You know, and then whatever happened. Then he's got his new trainers and whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be good to see. Interesting to see. My money's on Wilder next fight against Tyson Fury. And my money will be on Joshua to beat Usyk, but you want Usyk to beat Joshua.
Yeah, I think also.
So how much are you now? We're double the quits.
You were down to 100.
So that'll be a double of quits.
Yeah, well then, I'm going for 400. All right then. Right then. Okay, then we'll have that bet. Point I want to make is there's a lot going on in boxing, obviously recently. What do you think about Ben Davidson working the corner? Coming in on the day of the fight and working the corner for Mark Tibbs and Joe's fight.
Apparently he wasn't involved legally in the corner or the camp. He turned up a week before.
No, he turned up a day before, didn't he?
Oh, a day before.
Turned up at breakfast, didn't he, day of fight?
I don't know what's going on there.
Well, Mark Tibbs sent that into it. He said, over breakfast, are you working tonight, Ben? He went, yeah. So,
I don't know. Does he work for MTK?
I think he does,
okay, well, there you go. There's your answer. Yeah? MTK's probably said, get in the corner with him. Mark probably couldn't say anything against it because he probably knows he's with MTK. And, you know what I mean? He just turned a blind, I believe he turned a blind eye to it. But
well, he just said he wants what's best for Billy, what makes Billy happy, didn't he? Which is,
listen, it's all about Billy on the day. You know, I think everyone wants the best for Billy. I think we all wanted the best for Billy, you know, at the end of the day. Listen, I think we all want Billy to win that fight, you know, at the end of the day. He's a bit of British and going in against, you know, Alvarez. But listen, we all know, and everyone knows that Alvarez is a step above, 2 steps above what Billy is. Listen, in boxing, it's like getting a swimming pool, you're going to get wet, you know. Unfortunately, Billy got wet on that day, you know what I mean? He took a devastating punch, and it is what it is. It's boxing at the end of the day. There's so much hype and crap and bollocks going on at the moment, and people taking this down and taking that down. Listen, it's a boxing match. You got one winner, and one winner only. Whether he didn't want to come out, he did want to come out. Whether Mark called it or he didn't call it, at the end of the day, there's only one winner, and that was Canelo in the day. So there's no making excuses and running and raving about taking that video down and put that video, make it sound better. Listen, it's boxing. It is what it is. There's one winner, and that is the end of it. Yeah.
All right. Do you feel that Ben talking in the corner to Mark Tibbs, whispering in Billy's ear, that do you think that's a bit disrespectful?
I think that's disrespectful. I think that's bang out of order. I think it should never happen, and I think he should be criticised for what he done. And I think for someone getting involved like that, I think the board should get involved and fucking do something about it.
Do you think that Ben's saying that the team around Mark, you know, the Cutsman and the guys around him, saying that they were unhappy with Mark doing an interview after the fight with Michelle Phelps, I think it was, but yet one of the team were holding the camera so Michelle could do the interview, so they couldn't have been that bothered, could they, the team, Billy's team? Listen,
at the end of the day, it is what it is. The result is what it is. Yeah. Whatever he says is the truth. End of story. Yeah. He didn't publicise. He had a word with Billy's. We had a mutual word in his ear and publicised that, which is right. He's the boxer. He's protecting his boxer. Whatever the boxer said to the trainer, it's between them. It's a bond. It's a bond. Yeah. Your trainer on the night of the fight is there to protect you, and you got a bond together. Yeah. And that's what you rely on. Yeah. Okay. And that's the trust you put on your trainer. Otherwise, you don't have a trainer. You go in here on your own.
Do you feel that Billy weren't prepared for this fight? You know, inactivity, fighting Martin Murray, leading up to it and fighting at wrong weight and that? Do you think and changing trainers constantly and chopping and changing, bad lifestyle? Do you think that was all the recipe for disaster, Mick?
Listen, at the end of the day, he's a middleweight, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Great middleweight.
A great middleweight. He's achieved amazing
things
in his life. You know, and not a lot of people achieve what Billy's achieved. But listen, at the end of the day, Canelo's a 2 level above Billy. You can't take the fact away. You know, Canelo even stepped up to light heavyweight, didn't he, to beat that the Russian guy?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Kovalev.
Kovalev.
But 175. Okay. He couldn't budge him, could he?
Yeah, but Kovalev was at the end of his career, wasn't he? Okay, we all know that, you know. But listen, he's still done it, and he's powerful. Canelo's powerful, you know. He's constantly, actively boxing all the time. What amazes me, what I can't get my head around, I mean, I train most days, you know what I mean? Professional boxers, okay, they only fight they only go into camp when they've got a fight coming up. What are they doing between all that?
My mate Bunny says that all the time, you know? So they should be fit all year.
They should be fit all round, they should be training all round, because you don't know when the phone's going to ring and say, right, you up for it? Bang. No, I need 3 months training camp. You know, you could lose your fight. You lose your money that way. If you ain't ready, we ain't got time to fit, you know, you could slip into a lot of fights and make more money that way, can't you, as a pro? Which I can't understand, you know, back in the day. I mean, I was doing a lot of work with Scott Welsh back in the day, and, you know, and I know a lot of boxers will only train when they've got a fight coming up or going to camp. It's just, I can't get my head around that. You're either training or you're not training, you know? Now, it's like me saying, oh, I love training. I train most days of my life because it's my life, you know? It's like a drug for me, training. And it's like me thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to take 2 weeks off, just shut off to it and come back. I can't do that.
Do you train when you go on holiday with your wife, mate?
Listen, I said to my missus, if the hotel ain't got a gym, don't book it, I ain't going. Yeah? Seriously. Now, the gyms you got abroad, they ain't got the equipment they really want. So, you're down at the swimming pool and you're doing some push-ups on the side and you know, you're under the water.
What are you doing, Mickey?
Listen, I went to one hotel, there's nothing there, like a running machine and a bike. So I'm under the water and I'm doing lateral raises, I'm pushing against the water. You know,
you're not,
I'm doing that for my chest.
That's helmet behaviour, that, mate.
I'm doing that for my chest, you know what I mean? Pushing against the waves and pushing away. Honestly, because it's in here, I need to train.
Yeah.
For my mental side of things, you know, because I have to do it. I feel better with what I've done, and that's me. So, I don't know. I think back in the day, if I was a professional boxer, I'd be great at it because I'll be doing properly things, you know what I mean? I've just, you know, I'm immune to it, you know what I mean? It just grabs hold of me. I love it, you know? Yeah. Hence, I'm at the age now that I want to fight John Fury. Yeah. Yeah? Because, listen, he was a pro. I'm not nothing, yeah? But because I train all the time, I know what I can do. You know, does it make sense? That's why I've called him out. I've challenged him. I'm accepting his challenge to go for it. You know, who else has done that? You know, because I believe in here I can do it, and that's why I've done it. Now, if I didn't train at all, I'd be fucking stupid calling him out, wouldn't I? Yeah. But anyway, forget him. We're talking about something else. But I'm just telling you as a person what I do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And have you heard anything from John?
Who?
John Fury, have you heard anything?
John Fury, fight your man.
We live to fight, we love it. I've just done 12 years for a fight. I love to fight.
But don't fight.
Don't fight.
We're not heard of.
No, we haven't. It's gone very quiet. I think because maybe, I don't know, Tyson and Tommy's away and he's gone all, I think he's gone a bit lame, isn't he, in what he does.
John, just get in touch and let's get this fight on because the crowds are going to be coming back soon. Sign the contract, John.
Turn up.
Turn up. Promise us, John, you'll turn up. I think it'll happen, Mick, now. I'm getting a positive vibe.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Listen, it'd be nice, you know.
You might be able to nick a few quid after getting charity some money, Mick. It's got to happen, hasn't it, mate?
Definitely.
I mean, John might be training like a Spartan. You know, behind closed doors, you don't know, do you?
You don't know, and running all them miles and
10 mile every morning, 20 minutes on bag, 20 minutes weights, 20 minutes stretching.
And 20 minutes shagging.
Yeah. All that after a 10 mile run. The guy is
Superman.
Superhuman! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Big John Fury, baddest man on planet.
Shut up! Shut up! It's over, baby. Shut up! Make sure you win the fight. Make sure you win.
Oh dear.
The most frighteningest man in the world. Been out of jail 6 years, not thrown a punch. But banter aside and comedy aside, because John's a bit of a joke now in boxing circles, isn't he? For
He looks that way, doesn't he?
He's not coming and correcting this. But what about all these YouTubers that are hanging out the back of him that didn't mention your name, Mick? What about all them?
Yeah.
You're not asking him what's happening with his fights.
Well, listen, what about all the other people that take the piss out of him?
Yeah.
Did you see that old boy the other day?
I saw it, yeah.
He's funny, wasn't he?
Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, but maybe John might crawl from underneath his rock and call it on, Mick. He might throw down with you.
Don't say that, Russ.
You know, Mick, your arsehole's not going, is it?
I'm alright. I'm alright, please.
No
Don't say things like that.
Alright, well listen, we'll cut this short for now and we'll continue later during the day because we've got things to do, haven't we, Mick?
Definitely.
Okie dokie then. Alright, chill out later. Well, here we are at a Taste of Cyprus. I finally get to come here for the first time to meet Chris and his staff. Nice people. The Boom used to come here all the time, the Boominator, God rest his soul. So let's go in here and see what's happening or what's happening. This is Chris from the Taste of Cyprus, the owner. How are you doing, Chris?
Very well, Porkys, very well.
How long have you been here now?
Coming up to 6 years now, Russell, 6 years. We specialise in Cypriot cuisine.
In what?
Cypriot cuisine, Cypriot.
Yeah. Is that Greece?
Yeah, Greek, Greek cuisine.
Yeah.
We do souvlays, like souvlaki, sandwiches, and now the famous Doner Hero.
Yeah.
All 3 different types of cuisines.
The Boominator used to come in here, didn't he, and see you, didn't
he? Bless his soul, mate. He used to come here every other day. He used to love the lamb souvla. He used to go crazy of the lamb souvla. It's such a shame. Such a shame, mate. We miss him very much.
Yeah, I do miss him. He was a character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a very good character. He was good what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah. What fight would you like to see most?
Wow, the fight. Well, it's a nice fight. I would like to see the challenge for the national health. Mickey Theo and John Fury for a good cause. Of course, for the national health, they've been working hard for the last year, and I think it would be nice if they could put that fight on, so they can raise some money for the national health.
Brilliant.
And I'm sure the public, they would love to see such a fight. It would be a unique fight. Something different.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Thank you very much for coming on the channel. It's been great to meet you. You're a gentleman.
Lovely to meet you too, Russell. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Big Porky here. You know, don't you? You know, because that's why you've tuned in. Today I'm joined by Mr. Peter De Freitas, Essex boxing legend. How are you doing, Peter?
I'm fine, thank you.
We're at the club TKO Gym on Queen's Road, Buckhurst Hill, which is run by Noel, and it used to be Mickey Theo's gym. And we're having a bit of a catch up with Peter. Peter, how have you been keeping since we last spoke?
Not too bad, thanks.
All right, mate?
Just chilling, just taking it easy.
You touched on your cancer. Well, tell us what's latest with your cancer, Peter, because
I had stage 2 bowel cancer.
Yeah.
And I've had surgery, and I'm now in remission. Thank God I don't have to have chemo because they caught it. They feel they caught it in time. But they said I'm on 5-year remission, so anything can happen in the next 5 years. It's a weight game, isn't it?
Yeah. And you're looking at obviously getting in, doing a bit of training and that. And
yeah, I'm slowly want to get back in and get myself back down. I've started to lose some weight because I was 20 stone, and I'm back down to 17 and a half now. So I'm happy coming down a bit. So 20 stone's not that much. I was 28. I know, that's why they call me Porky, isn't it? I'm a big guy.
You're the biggest. We've got Buster Blood Vessel here. Is that Noel's phone going off? Yeah. Terry Stone's looking to do a film on your life, isn't he? The guy who did the Essex Boys.
It's in the pipeline, you know. Yeah. Lots of things have been come up.
How do you know Terry?
Well, I was speaking to Nick Owen, who's hopefully going to do my book at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He told me that he knows Terry done the Essex Boy film.
Yeah.
And that he would be very interested in doing a film on me because of the things I've gone through, how I started and how I got into boxing and since.
Yeah, there's some characters, sadly they've passed away, Patrick Tate, Craig Rolfe and Tony Tucker, the Essex boys. Yeah. They were around the scene when you were with Nigel Benn.
Tony Tucker and Colton Leach was... what's his name?
Patrick Tate.
Patrick Tate had nothing to do with us, nothing.
Oh, so Carlton Leach and Tony went out to Tenerife for you.
Yeah, they didn't come out with us. They come out there. They were friends with Nigel, not me. I mean, I worked the doors with Carlton for about 17 years on and off.
Yeah, what's he like, Carlton?
Carlton's a nice guy. He's a genuine guy. Yeah, he's okay. He's a West Ham boy like me. So.
Yeah, are you a West Ham boy? Yeah,
I'm totally West Ham.
Mark Tibbs was the West Ham, the Hammers.
We're born and bred here, aren't we? We are East End boys.
But and that what we like with them boys in camp. Did they enjoy it?
Yeah, they done a bit of training.
They did the running, didn't they, up the hill, didn't they?
Yeah, they done a bit of running up the hill, up the mountains in Mount Teedy.
Could Carlton get up that hill now?
I think he had a bad knee, if I remember rightly, at the time. Yeah.
Wow, brilliant. What you got planned for the future? I know Sky are doing something with you, aren't they? Sky Sports.
Yeah, hopefully they're going to do something with me at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It depends. This COVID's put everything back because it's supposed to have happened this year.
Yeah.
So he's put it all back, and I'm just hoping that in the next 12 months that Nick can sort something out for me. He's up in the northwest, you see. That in Cheshire, that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant! And obviously, what you're going to do when you start training here, you're just going to take it steady.
Take it easy, yeah. My main aim is to get some more weight off, get down to sort of 16.5 stone. That would do me. So I'm quite a big guy anyway, naturally. So.
Yeah, and you've obviously boxed before, haven't you?
I've done I've done a few, bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces.
I'm a street fighter, really, though.
Yeah.
Just love to fight.
I don't normally like to touch on this. If you're not happy, I'll get somebody to take it out. But you've done some prison time of it when you were younger, haven't you?
Oh yeah. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Did you do Borstal and?
I've done detention centre.
Yeah.
Send in '74. I've done Felton Borstal in '76, which was psychiatric. I was recommended. So I had such a bad temper, and then I've done YPs in all over. I've done YPs. So I've been through the system. Yeah. Yeah,
and obviously you kept your head down for a long time now, haven't you?
I don't think I've been actually. I've had one bit of a problem over a garage in 40 years. I don't get in trouble. I don't break the law. No.
You do right, mate. There's only one winner when you break the law, and you end up with fines or.
They're too sophisticated now. They'd catch you too easy if you wanted to do it. But I'm not a thief or anything like that. I'm just a street fighter. That's all.
Yeah. We had a little bit of a chat. Prior to our last video, I can't remember if we spoke about this, but you did say to me, and you agreed with me, that Fury, Wilder 3 were going to happen, and you said the Joshua fight wasn't going to happen. You said it, and everybody said, what's he talking about? But you had it nailed on, didn't you? So you'd obviously heard.
I've done contracts at world level, so I understand them. And I've worked with Shelley Finkel years ago, 30 years ago.
What's he like?
He's a nice guy, he's smart, shrewd man.
Yeah. Peter Fury says he's a genius.
Yeah, when Ben fought Doug DeWitt, he managed Doug DeWitt.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, when Ben took the title off him in Atlantic City. I was there.
Do you feel that with Shelley Finkel just staying quiet for 15 months and saying, a couple of times he's come out and said, look, we've got a contract for a third fight, and that's what's going to happen. If they want to fight, we'll put them in court. And he stood to his word, didn't he, Shelley Finkel? He wasn't going to be bullied, was he?
But they all kept quiet. If you look at it, go back to the original statement from Eddie Hearn, none of them got involved. Even Frank Warren in this country didn't make himself busy because he knew until, this is experience from non-experience regarding Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. One's experienced and one's not experienced in the same league. So Frank Warren knew, don't start piping off till the arbitration comes through. He's probably been through that before, arbitration. It's probably not his first one. So he didn't jump the gun. And he just let Eddie Hearn run off, and then Eddie Hearn's going, well, I'm the one running around doing this, I'm going to be doing that. They're sitting on their asses, I'm the one that's trying to get the fight on. They knew the arbitration, they knew back in, and also, Bob Arum had this July the 24th venue booked well before the arbitration was complete. Well before.
Where do you see it happening now on this Fury Joshua thing, Peter?
Well, I never fancied it to happen this year anyway. So for me, it's a 2022 fight. if it happens. And I honestly think when it comes down to it, it's going to be nothing to do with the belts.
No.
It's just going to be a big fight between the two.
Don't you think they'll want to pay sanctioning fees for all the belts?
I don't think it comes down to the money part of it. I think it's just that I think now the sanctioning bodies are going to get to the stage where they're going to say, look, we've had a pandemic. AJ's got all the belts in one corner. Fury's got another. Fury's not defended it in 2 years.
Yeah.
He's never defended the title. Only once has he defended his Commonwealth.
Yeah, that was it.
Right, now you've got AJ with all the belts. They're going to say, well, he ain't going to be able to make all these mandatories. And it's not fair on these up-and-coming fighters that are sitting there like Dillian White's waited, what, 3 years? Usyk is a mandatory from WBO. You've got Joe Joyce. You know, I don't know who's who in what. All I know is Usyk's a WBO.
Yeah.
So his WBC is Dillian White, which is Fury's side. But AJ's still got to make these other mandatories. And in a contract, you're supposed to be done within 12 months.
Yeah.
Mandatory. And it doesn't mean to say the fight's got to take place.
Yeah.
It means you've got to sign a date so that within that 90 days or within that year, you sign to fight your mandatory. Yeah. And it used to be 75-25, 75 to the champion and 25 to the challenger, the number one. But the champion does not get any rights over the. If he loses the belt.
Yeah, but they do rematches, don't they? Like nowadays with mandatories, don't they? And it's all wrong, isn't it?
It's wrong. In my day, you'd never done that. It was 75-25. And the champion never got no rights over the fights.
If he lost, you mean?
If he lost, it's free agent. That was the idea of the number one. Yeah, so he could be free.
Yeah, do you feel that the promoters now have put these sanctioning bodies in a situation where they're saying, look, this is a big fight. If my guy loses, there's a rematch. We're tying them down on contract. They're overriding what the rule books are, aren't they?
They are. 100% they are. Yeah, just to keep it going.
Yeah, it happened with Vladimir and Tyson Fury. They never had the rematch because Tyson beat him. Why should he have had to rematch Vladimir when he was a mandatory?
Yeah, exactly. That shouldn't happen.
Do you feel that Joshua's got a chance against Usyk?
My personal view is if he doesn't catch, if he tries to box Usyk, he's going to get beat.
Yeah.
And he's only got, for me, a puncher's chance. And I don't mean, you know, I like Anthony Joshua because I like the way he's disciplined and you know the way he trains. And I just can't see him beating Usyk unless he catches him on the chin.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't see it. I think Usyk will get up. I mean, AJ's not going to be running at him like which Derek Chisora did.
Yeah.
He's going to be standing back trying to box him, and he's going to get outboxed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What do you think next for Derek Chisora now then? You know, that people are saying he's fighting Parker next in a rematch. Would you want to see that on pay-per-view?
I watched the last one, nah.
No.
No. I mean, he don't come to box, he comes to just maul.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It doesn't give. You didn't see the best of Usyk against him. I mean, if I was Usyk's manager, I would never have took that fight.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare, his opponent, and he's a nightmare opponent.
Do you think that Eddie Hearn put Chisora in with Usyk to get Usyk out at way?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think that's why he actually signed him, because he only signed him on a short deal.
Yeah. Normally,
if you remember Eddie Hearn's words on camera, he said, if a fighter don't want to sign with me for life, I don't want him.
Yeah.
He said, because I want someone to believe in me and what I can do.
Yeah.
And now he signed Usyk on a short leash.
Do you remember when he signed Luis Ortiz to keep him away from Joshua a few years ago?
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah, he just signs him up.
They're signed as blockers, aren't they?
Yeah, just stops him.
Okay then. What do you think about all this that's gone on with Mark Tibbs, this back and forward this week, and that, and Ben Davies and that? Do you think they're bad for the sport? Yeah,
I do. I don't. I mean, this is what I can see on Saturday. I mean, being trained by Ben Davies and Josh Taylor. I mean, I think that's, if he loses, that's going to be his downfall.
Yeah.
Don't think it's, they're governed by certain people who are just telling them they've got to do this and they've got to do that.
Do you feel that Ben's out of order talking in Billy's ear while Mark's in the ring talking to him himself?
Yeah, and I listened to his interview and all when he said, I told him the fight's over and I'm going to pull it and all this. He's got no right to do that. There's one chief second. The referee will only take advice from the chief second anyway. Yeah. Because before the fight starts, he asks, either in the rules meeting or in the ring, he comes over and he says, who is the chief second? Yeah. Yeah? And the chief second has the right in the corner, or me, as a manager, I can override anything. Yeah. So, I don't think it was right what he did. No, I don't as well myself, but let's hope that they can move on and everybody can... Especially as he went in there only as a pal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
What does he know what happened in training camp?
he jetted in at last minute. It
Exactly.
seemed like he were coming to rescue Billy Joe or something and save the fight or save the day or something. Didn't the Great
Disrespectful to
Gatsby?
Mark. He was
Hey?
disrespectful to Mark. I
Yeah.
mean, Mark was the junior ABA champion.
Yeah,
He's had.
England,
I've worked Mark's corner.
Yeah.
I've worked with Mark on his
Yeah.
first loss
Yeah.
in Manchester.
Yeah.
Glasgow, sorry, when
Yeah.
Nigel fought Mauro Galvano too.
Yeah.
He lost on that bill, and I was
Yeah.
in his corner with Dean Powell.
Yeah.
And Mark's got more experience than he'll ever have.
yeah,
So I mean, you know, it's disrespectful to Mark.
yeah,
You know, because Mark, I'd rather have him in my corner, and he wouldn't be like Ben Davison.
yeah, yeah. He come from nowhere, Ben, hasn't he?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. How can a world champion pick him like Josh Taylor? He's been told he's got to have him.
Yeah,
He ain't
yeah.
been picked.
Do you think Billy were told he's got to have him and Fury
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're trying to build somebody up because they've got to have somebody MTK to work for them.
yeah,
To, you know, because if you notice, MTK don't come up front and say anything or do anything.
yeah,
It's all done behind closed doors, and they always front somebody.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So,
Okie dokie then. Well, listen, thanks for the
You're
interview
more
today.
welcome, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
You took time
Good
out
luck,
to
mate.
come and see me.
Cheers, thank
All
you.
right, thank you very much, Peter.
Bye.
Well, a good day was had by all, Mick. It was nice to bump into Peter De Freitas, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pete was a good. Yeah,
He's
it was
a nice
good.
guy.
Good things coming out with. Yeah,
Sky Telly
he knows his stuff about boxing and.
His book with Nick Owen and Terry
Yeah.
Stone, a film. And
Yeah.
that's going on a documentary with Sky. A nice fella, isn't it? Nice to go for a
Yeah, I've
box,
heard of Peter for many years, but we never bumped into each other. But it was really a pleasure meeting him today, and yeah, we had a bit of lunch together.
Funny story when Nigel Benn fought Lou Jensen, you and Lenny McLean walked him out to the ring.
It was funny, mate.
And Peter De Freitas is obviously in Nigel Benn's corner and Team Nigel Benn, and obviously now you've met him and you get on and that. Everything's
Things happen
good,
for a
innit?
reason,
Yeah,
don't they?
obviously it's how many years we're talking? 20 odd years ago.
Yeah,
Nearly
yeah.
pushing on for 25, 27 years or something.
Mm.
Small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's planned for the John Fury fight, Mick? I know I keep banging on about it. We're going round.
Well, listen.
We've gone round in circles.
Last meeting I come up to you up in Doncaster.
Rotherham.
Was it Rotherham? Sorry, Rotherham.
Wickersley.
We had that Shane sit down with us, the fixer, we called
Yeah,
it, the
yeah,
fixer.
yeah.
So we're just waiting on him really, see what he can do. We'll wait for that and see what results come back in.
Yeah.
And listen, we're doing what we can do.
Yeah.
I think we've got more posters going up shortly,
Yeah.
and we can only do what we can do.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather John come out and say he doesn't want to fight. I don't need to be going on about it, but until he does that, I'll say it again. We'll keep chipping away
Yeah.
till he comes out.
Yeah.
Listen, there's many people out there want to fight. Whoever you speak to nowadays, and we talk about it. There's so much media going out there. They want to fight, see the fight, and they look at it as a big fight. But listen, it's going to be a great fight if it happens for the NHS to raise money, and the mental health or whoever else we're going to do it for. I just can't wait for it. You know, it's dragging on a bit, but I'm still hanging in there, and you know, training and doing what I've got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You still want it then, very much so, mate.
Turn up.
Turn up, John. Turn up. Promise me one thing, John. He'll turn up.
He hasn't thrown a punch since he's been out the shovel.
Not throwing a punch. Maybe he don't want to throw a punch. Maybe he just wants to have a bit of banter on.
Okay, if it's
interviews.
done, it's done. Come out and tell me you don't want to fight, but you still lost the fight anyway. Either way you want to do it, I'll see it, you know what I mean? If you've got no arsehole, just come out and say you've got no arsehole, it's not a problem, mate.
Yeah.
True men stand up and say it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, we're waiting, basically.
Yeah. 'Cause it's approaching a
I've got
year
time.
now in
I've got
another
time.
week, innit? Another week, it's a
Is
year.
it? Yeah.
Well, 28th will be a year since you should have fought, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
28th
we
of
had
May.
dates penciled in for
Since the
28th of May.
agreed-
Yeah, you're right
original
there.
date.
Yeah, it's come up to a year. We
year.
had it all penciled in, and we probably about 2 weeks before that, we actually the call out was, or the challenge was accepted by himself for me to fight him. So yeah, it's kind of, I didn't realise it, a year already.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of hard graft involved, a lot of work. But if you don't work at things, it don't happen, does it? So we're still butting on, chipping away, moving forward the best we can.
Yeah. Alright then, mate. Okie dokie then. Well, listen, thanks for having me, Mick.
You're welcome
anytime. I wish you all the best and have a great evening.
And the same to you.
Right,
safe journey home.
Right. Well, I've enjoyed my time here today. I've been made very welcome in the land of La La Land, Essex. The only way is Essex. The food down here is great, the people are great. There's no seaside though around here. I haven't seen any sandcastles or anything like that. Is there any jelly deals around here, Noel?
Yeah, you can get your sand from them, they're up the road.
No, jelly, pie and mash, is it? Pie and liquor?
Pie
and mash, so...
You know, the whole lot.
So it's been great to have Peter De Freitas on. He's a legend. I've always followed his career, and thanks for having me down here, Noel. You've been a star, and I'm enjoying me since. So I'm going to have a safe journey home. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the join button below and leave a comment. And thanks for liking and subscribing. Peace out. And that, I'm afraid, is. Well, I think I've had it off here with a free valet. You know what Porky's like. Can't beat a bit of Porky.
Stop Fury. Come out and fight me, chicken. Come out and some of that. Stop fucking running away from me, you chicken. I want you.
You've got a cock like a fucking elephant.